This video is brought to you by HFY, and I'll tell you more about that when the video ends. What's up, guys? Just finished reading chapter 850 for One Piece. Oh my god, Sanji's coming back. A lot of other reviewers are talking about like, oh man, I'm really upset or something like that. I'm excited. Sanji's gonna be back. Whatever happened to him, I'll talk about it at the end, but I'm glad it happened to him because he's gonna come back even pissed. But we'll start from the beginning. We've got Chopper and Carrot. Man, they're kicking butt, kick Brulee's butt last chapter, but now they're using Diesel and traveling through the mirror world, which is, I think it's funny because it just reminds me, like, every time the Straw Hats do something, they're always wreaking havoc. Every time, every arc is just like, let's just see how badly we can mess something up. You know, like, it just reminds me of Dressrosa. They were in there and just destroying everything. It was just wreaking havoc. All of Doflamingo's plans were just going to waste. And it was like, oh man, how much worse can they make this for somebody? Chopper riding Diesel, and they're going around through the mirrors, and he's popping out, in and out in everyone else's mirror. And it's like, oh man, this is really funny. But one thing I noticed is they answered the question that we asked last time, was how are they still in the mirror world? Well, as long as they're still in contact with her, they can travel in and out as they please, which is great. You know, that's kind of like the loophole we were looking for that they need. One of the huge things that happened in this chapter was Pedro and Tamago. I've got a little cheat sheet here, so that's why I'm kind of glancing over the camera. But we've got Pedro and Tamago, and they're fighting, and we're learning a little bit about their history with Big Mom. And we find out that Zeppo, who was part of the Nox Pirates, was killed by Big Mom after she removed 30 years of his lifespan upon crew's capture. So they got captured, and we find out that the crew owes them, and Zeppo landed on 100 years of service or whatever, 100 years of life, and then she takes away from him. He only had 30 years left to live, so the rest of it was on Pedro. Well, Pedro took out Tamago's eye, and he was like, hey, you know what? I need to go back to my country. Here you go. Here's my eye in repayment. That's one of the most BA things ever. Man, I'm starting to love Pedro more and more. But we find out their bounties. Pedro's was 382 million. And it ended on like a weird number. It was like 382 million and then like 200. It was like 8,200. And then same with Tamago's. His was kind of like almost opposite. It was like 2,900. But his was 429,000. We'll round there. I just thought it was like a weird number because that was the first time I've seen them end with like 200 belly. And I was like, what? That's kind of weird. But that's a lot of money, you know? Like, we found Luffy. Luffy's is 500 million. And that's for taking out Doflamingo and all the stuff he's done. So I want to know why Pedro's is so high. We've got them fighting. Tamago has the upper hand because he has a longer reach, which is pretty cool that he points it out. But I think Pedro's quicker, and that ends up like slicing him in half. And you can see in the picture a yolk comes out of him. And I was like, man, is he like an Eggman? You know, kind of like, it just reminds me of Sonic, you know, Dr. Eggman. But I think he's still alive. I definitely think Tamago's still alive, unless he's actually like dead. Because this is a very gruesome chapter. Oh, in a sense, where like in Zoe we've had people being tortured, and then now we had Pedro take out his own eye, and you could see the blood dripping from him. And it's like, what? And there was a lot more cussing in this chapter than I've ever expected. I was like, oh my goodness, there's a lot of F-bombs here, F-bombs there. Oh man, this chapter was good. You find Sanji trying to go to Pudding's room, and he gets to the balcony or whatever, and he gets to the window, and he's like, oh man, Pudding's happy. Why is she happy? And he looks in there and is like, what? My sister Raiju's in there. Oh man, something must be up, because the last chapter we saw that Raiju she got the crap beat out of her. So it was like, oh man, what's going on? And we find out that Pudding is tricking Sanji. Oh my god. Man, I'm glad this happened to him. I'm so glad this happened to him because everyone's like, oh man, I feel so bad for Sanji. I don't, because he's going to get pissed off. He's going to come back even stronger. He's going to free Luffy. I'm calling it out. He's going to free Luffy. He's going to be like, look, I'm sorry what I said. Let's go kick their butts. So that's my theory right now. I think he needed this to snap him out of it, and now he's going to be back, and he's going to be fighting for vengeance. Because this is the year of Sanji, you know? So we find out that Pudding is an actress, or she's an actress in a sense, and she's one of Big Mom's favorite daughters just because, you know, she can act, and she's supposed to trick the Vince Smokes family, and especially Sanji, like, hey, yeah, I'm marrying them. She's the three-eyed girl from chapter 651, if you want to go back. It's 200 chapters ago, you know. But, man, so we find out Pudding's a traitor. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to shoot everyone, all the Vince Smokes, at the wedding. And that kind of reminded me of some Game of Thrones, you know, Red Wedding, you know, spoiler alert. But I saw, like, I was like, this looks really familiar. So I just kind of like that little tidbit over there. But I think what's going to happen is Sanji's going to go to Luffy. He's going to break in, free them. I didn't even talk about Luffy trying to rip his own arms out. That was hilarious. He's like, I'm going to rip my own arms out. Nami, you do the same. And Nami's like, no, are you crazy? Which that reminded me of when Mr. 3 trapped Zoro, Nami, and I think Usopp at the time. I'm not sure. I know there were 3 of them trapped. And Zoro actually started cutting off his own legs. And I was like, what the heck, man? This is crazy. These guys will do anything just to get their point across. Anything for their captain, which was just awesome. That's what it reminded me of just way back with before Alabasta even. But yeah, I love that. And it's just, I think that Sanji's going to come back and free Luffy. He's going to apologize to him. And they're going to bust out, wreak havoc. And then I don't think they're going to fight Big Mom yet. I think what's going to happen is that the Vince Smokes are going to attack Big Mom. They're going to somehow find out. Raiju's going to tell them. They're going to find out, and they're going to wage war on each other. Because remember, they were trying to keep Pudding against Big Mom. So I think they're going to find out, and it's just going to be like a war of the families. Like, it's going to be kind of some Game of Thrones stuff. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Vince Smokes are going to fight Big Mom. Sanji and them are going to sneak out, figure out their way. Sanji's going to have like his goodbye with his sister, because his sister cares about him. So it's different. So I think that's really what's going to happen. They're going to sneak out and then fight Big Mom later. So I think the two are going to fight. They're going to sneak out, go to Kaido, have our little intervention arc of the Reverie, and we'll see how things play out after that. But those are my theories right now. I think it was an awesome chapter. I'll give it a 95. I might give it a 10 out of 10, 100 on our scale. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. I think it was 100 on our scale. Squid's not here, but I really was impressed. If you guys have any theories or prediction on what's going to happen next, definitely let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for our sponsor. Shout out to our sponsor, HFY. How fit are you? I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. Their mission is to educate, motivate, and inspire the world to reach their full potential. They believe that the best way to do this is through daily life gains. While physical gains are important to reach a certain level of fitness or to live a healthy life, Mission HFY looks beyond the physical and encourages daily mental and spiritual exercises. We believe that if you exercise every aspect of your life, you can tap into your full potential. Society is being misled in so many ways, and they want to be an avenue that spreads hope and love so that the younger generation can be led the right way. We were all put here with a purpose, and Mission HFY exists to help people reach it. The motto is, in order for our faith to endure the long haul and the midst of setbacks and challenges, we must exercise and strengthen it. This is awesome. It's How Fit Are You shirt. It's my coach who created this whole thing, and some of my old teammates are part of it. You know, I'm really glad that they sponsored us for this video and for the rest of our videos too. So go ahead and check them out on Instagram at HFY Fitness and stuff like that. Some daily motivation, and I absolutely love what they're doing. And huge thank you to them again for sponsoring us.